1,000 years of death!
Boys are talking biz. Boys are talking biz.
Welcome back! The Boys Talk Biz are back, and we are here to bring you some hot, hyping, fresh news of the week. You know, we've been sitting in our office, drinking some scotch, smoking cigars. We've been checking out all the feeds, all the news lists, and we thought to ourselves, okay, all right, you want to challenge me? You want to challenge the boys?
They can't.
And we took that challenge, all right? And not only that, we've got another series to announce this week for two sides of the same story. We are going to continue this series. It's so much fun, and I hope you guys are liking it. And if you have any recommendations, drop them in the comments. Subscribe, email us, message us on Twitter, do all that stuff. All right. So, first thing we're going to talk about, there is big news in the anime world because the two largest anime streaming platforms have merged. Crunchyroll and Funimation are officially combining their catalogs. 40,000 plus anime on their website now. You don't have to subscribe to both. You can now just do the one subscription. It's like $7.99 for the one without ads. And then if you want to get the mega packs, whatever. But it's a huge thing. And obviously, there's a lot of mixed reviews about Crunchyroll. A lot of people say that their loading isn't necessarily the greatest thing that's ever happened. But it's very exciting because if you do want to pay for anime and not try and find it on the sketchy websites, this is a great avenue. If you don't want ads, if you want a great place to find a lot of good mainstream stuff, you're going to find it on there. So that's kind of a huge thing. I mean, what do you think about it, Marty?
I mean, personally, I know what Funimation and Crunchyroll are. Obviously, right, they're the two biggest platforms in this verse. So, but I don't know a single person who pays to watch anime. I don't know a single person.
I only knew one guy who had Crunchyroll when I was going to college, and he offered me the login, and I was like, I mean, I don't need it. I'll find it myself. But he did send me he sent me a bunch of logins to get on anime. So, I was appreciative of it, but I didn't need it. You know what I mean? I didn't need it. There's so many other avenues. And of course, I want to pay the creators and stuff like that, but when you're doing it through streaming services, they aren't getting enough money. You know what I mean? It's not enough income coming to the creators for me to justify it. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's one of those things where you're caught in the middle of two corporations butt fucking each other trying to figure out who can make the most money.
I think, it's just as long as I've been watching anime, it's always been free to me.
Yeah.
So I've never have paid, never have even went on the apps, just because I just felt there's zero need.
For sure. Yeah, and it's one of those things, it's hard to justify it when it's so easily available on the internet. I mean, literally, you just type in anime website, boom, 10 of them pop up. You know what I mean? It's very simple. So it's one of those things where I wish that there was, I wish that companies themselves would do streaming services. I wish Shonen Jump and Toei and I don't know, I guess you could include Funimation in there. If they all made a streaming website together that was distributing the payment equally, then maybe I'd have a much more reason to actually subscribe. And streaming is taken over, and it's one of those things where it's a new thing. Everybody's still trying to figure out the best way to do it. Disney has their Disney Plus. You got Hulu, you got Netflix, you got Amazon, HBO. There's a million of them. There is a million streaming services. So it's one of those things. It's I could stop paying for cable now, but if I have every single streaming service, it costs the same as cable. So we're slowly losing the upside, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Very strange. But speaking of Amazon and speaking of shows that Amazon is doing, they just rebooted the Lord of the Rings franchise, which has inspired. There is a Lord of the Rings anime movie coming out in 2024. I never in my life. I mean, okay, you see Star Wars Visions come out, and you're like, oh, that is the perfect. I mean, there is no better way to do Star Wars than an anime. Like, that is perfection.
Right.
But then all of a sudden you're seeing these other fantasy mainstream things come in and doing anime films, and I'm like, man, I am here for it. Lord of the Rings, I feel like will be perfect to put in anime. Like, I feel like it is going to be a baller film. They haven't released a lot of details on it. I believe it's called the War of Rohirrim or something like that. So I don't think it's the actual main story of the hobbits taking the ring and stuff
Same world
that.
though.
Same world. It's probably more of a prequel, I'm gonna assume. Probably something that led up. Yeah, dude, I am so excited.
Sick.
It's gonna be awesome, dude. I am so pumped. I feel like with big franchises slowly starting to turn to anime, we're going to slowly see more and more and more try and effectively adapt into the medium. And I think that is going to be fantastic, especially for American people, who aren't necessarily into the style. They might get more into it if it's more, I don't know, not fresh, ideas they've already been introduced to, like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Right.
So anything to get more people watching, I'm down for.
Yeah, I like it because I've always said, just because of the data, just because of the research that we've done, live action going anime is just it's so much better than the opposite direction.
Every time.
Way better.
Every time.
So
oh my god.
We like this avenue.
Yes.
This straight away. Yes, I would love to see Lord of the Rings. Star Wars is cool. It would be cool if they made more of a story because each episode was just random.
Yes.
Which it's cool to its own right. Each episode has its own artist. So
yeah,
that's hype.
And
I'd love to see Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, man, that would be sweet. Yeah. I mean, oh man, it opens a humongous can of worms when it comes to adapting media, especially I would love to see instead of people making books straight to movies, I would love for them to start going books to anime and then or doing books to live action to anime, something along those lines, because I feel like anime is such a much more easy way to adapt fantastical, situations, because you're not limited by what humans can actually accomplish. It's just how much they can draw, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how much they can animate, because it's just so much better in every single way. And there's no drawbacks. You're not limited to getting a space. You literally just gotta have people freaking draw on it. Get the people writing, get the people voice acting. Boom, bam, gazan, you're done. That's it.
Yeah.
When, Marty, speaking of movies that need to be anime, when are we getting the Twilight anime? When is it gonna happen?
Bro, I've been protesting out in these streets. Been protesting in these streets.
I'm about to go to, oh my god, what is the author's name? I'm about to go to Stephanie Meyer's house, and I'm about to say, if you don't make a Twilight anime, I'm going to burn this bitch down.
We need it. We need it. The world needs it.
We need it.
The world would be a better place.
Imagine you have a Twilight anime, and then you get Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson to come back to voice the characters. Oh my god, the world explodes. The world ends. Every single thing ever in media that has happened is destroyed. There would be no contest. It would be insane.
I would cry of happiness. I would
literally stop but I have one stipulation. If Flightless Birds is not in the anime, I'm not watching it. I refuse. I'll protest.
Fly.
I'm about to cry thinking about it. Just that not being included.
It has to.
But speaking of live action stuff and live action things and anime getting transition and things transitioning to anime, there is a movie coming out. Have you heard of the anime Way of the House Husband? Way of the House Husband. 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 Way of the House
I think I want to say yes. I would have to look at an image of it.
Basically, the story is a guy who was in the Yakuza. He like leaves the faction because he's getting married, and his wife is like working, so he ends up becoming like the man of the house. Basically, he's like cleaning up and like raising kids and stuff like that. So you have a guy who's used to a very like violent, like intense circumstance, trying to transition to a new part of life. They are doing a live action version, and I think if you're gonna do live action stuff, slice of life and like things like that, where I can't imagine there's like too much, like anime powers and stuff like that coming around. I feel like that is the easiest and best way to transition it to live action. Because I was literally thinking like a week ago, this anime would be the perfect one to adapt to real life.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to check that one out and maybe do a review on it because I think that's gonna be hype.
That 91 Days. I
91 Days.
I would have thought. I mean, I didn't expect the show to, but I would have thought Cowboy Bebop would have been fine. But again, just with the algorithm of anime coming to movies, I knew that shit was just going to be a disaster.
It's sad too because it like looked cool, it looked like there was a chance. And the guy who was playing the lead character Spike, I cannot remember but he's a fantastic actor,
Yeah, he's been in stuff.
He's been in everything, and I wanted it to succeed. That was the worst part. I really wanted it to be good, but like pretty much 99% of live action anime, it didn't do it. It did not do it.
Did not do it.
But Way of the House Husband, I feel like is going to be really awesome, and I really think it's going to hopefully maybe be a game changer. You never know.
Yeah, it might be. If it steps away from shonen in general. That shonen should just be outlawed from Hollywood.
Absolutely not. We talk to it like every couple of weeks. The One Piece live action. I don't even know what to say at this point. They just cast a guy as Shanks, and every time they announce more casting and they announce that they're going farther in, I get more nervous. I get less excited because I just don't want to get my hopes up. Because there's no fucking way you can do One Piece live action. It's just, I don't even know. I don't even know where you would start. How are you going to make his arms look like they're stretchy? The animation's not going to do it. CGI blows when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's
just not going to happen.
Like, there's some shows that have been retconned, and you have to do that with One Piece. Just cancel it before you even, like, remember like in 2017 they were going to make a Naruto movie, and then that was like, you know what? Never mind, scrap that shit. Do the same thing. Good idea. Do the same thing.
God.
Just scrap it. Scrap it. I think they also did it with Tokyo Ghoul, and then they were like,
They were going to make Tokyo Ghoul live action?
Yeah, it was going to be a show.
Who's hiring these people?
I don't know. The ghouls would have looked weird. Hella weird.
Dude, they would have just looked like Walking Dead zombies.
Yep.
Oh my God. Whose idea was that? That is dog. That is straight dog. Oh my God.
All they see is just like popular anime, these producers.
And money.
Like,
I mean, it's all about money.
Yeah, they're like, what if we brought this to America in a live action? We can make money off of it. Ooga booga, ooga booga.
Fucking idiots. That's what I gotta say to that. Dumb. Straight dumb.
Yeah,
oh
but
my God.
It doesn't work that way. Has to come the other way
around. It really
around.
Doesn't. It does have, I mean, seriously, I feel like we said earlier, when you go from film to anime, I feel like the franchise itself just explodes. I feel like it because there's so much you can do. There's endless possibilities with that medium.
Limitless.
It's limitless. So, companies, take a page from our book, okay? Stop making live action anime. Take live action and make them anime. It's simple.
You can still get money out of that. Like You still make, like, if if you're the producers of Lord of the Rings, you don't have to take an anime and make it, fund it into live action. You can just take your already project here and take it to Japan. You still make money. Just do that.
And more than likely, it's going to be probably 10 times cheaper to make the anime than a movie. Almost guaranteed.
Yeah, cheaper.
So, speaking of movies and stuff like that, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, speaking of movies and anime that have made insane amounts of money, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero came out very recently, and it's like one of the number one hits in the box office right now. It was Japan's number one like highest grossing film for 2021 and 2022. It has been hitting America like a freaking freight train. I mean, it seems like Madi, you went and saw it, and
I did.
You know, you said the theater was full.
Yeah, 2 weeks after release, I thought I was gonna be the only person in it, and it was like, I would say 70% full.
I mean, that's impressive.
Yes.
You know, for something, because I wouldn't Jujutsu Kaisen is mainstream, but I wouldn't consider it among, like, you know, like if you're going to see like a Naruto or like a Dragon Ball movie, like, you expect there to be a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But Jujutsu Kaisen, I wouldn't necessarily expect it. Like, I saw people who I didn't even know watched anime, like, posting about it, posting that they're going to see it. You know, like.
Yeah, I think it's just new. Like, if there's a new big three, although I think that term is very overused because the big three are still here. Like, they're still playing stuff. So I don't think you can replace them because they're still here. Like, Dragon Ball's never going away.
No.
Too
much of a money grab.
It's been around since the 80s. It's clearly not going anywhere. One Piece,
exactly.
It just appears it's just going to be dragged out forever and ever. And then
and I almost guarantee that once One Piece ends, they're probably going to do a Gold Roger series, which would be so good.
Yeah, but God knows how long that will be.
Yeah, I would say we're going to be 50 by the time that's coming out. Like,
yeah, and we're going to be like, oh yeah, Gold Roger, that's like 700 episode series right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
oh my God.
But yeah, a lot of people consider it as a part of the big three. I know that first season came out, it just exploded. It was just everywhere.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, I thought the movie was awesome. It was great. I think it's well deserved.
That's awesome. That's sweet, man. And yeah, so supposedly it's a prequel to the series. Yes. I haven't watched any of it myself, but I'm going to start with the movie and then move on to the anime or the manga. And I'm very excited to check it out. I've heard good things. You know, I've heard like a lot of very interesting things about like how the kind of the universe works. So I'm very excited to check it out. And I'm glad that, you know, more movies are coming to American cinema and they are actually entering the stratosphere when it comes to like entertainment media. So
yeah,
it's a very exciting time to be an anime fan. I mean, no longer are you Naruto running through the hallways, getting your ass beat, you know, getting shoved in trash cans. Now you can wear Naruto shirts, not be a weirdo. You don't have to, you know what I mean? You don't have to wear the headband. You don't have to paint your face with the cat. You don't
have to Naruto run through the hallways.
You really don't.
I might trip you. I might trip you if I see that. I might.
When you Naruto run, there is a severe tripping happen. I mean, there should be the little like warning, danger, like floor is wet kind of stuff when people Naruto run around because you're gonna fall. Because we're gonna trip you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to be an anime fan, and another great show is actually coming out. And Madi, I know that you're gonna be one that's watching this. Spy X Family.
Yep, just came out this morning.
Yep, it is out. It is this Sunday, April 10th, 2022. Spy X Family has officially released. There's been a lot of hype around this show. A lot of people are very excited that it's finally getting transitioned into an anime. I've got it on my list for manga to read. Once the show finishes, there's a chance. Don't want to say anything now, but it might get covered on two sides of the same story. Just saying.
It might.
But yeah, it might. So yeah, I mean, there's so many good shows coming out. There's so many great things, and you know, like Made in Abyss season 2 is coming out in July. You know, you have you have so many shows that are very, very like recognizable and huge within the anime community. They're getting more stuff. Attack on Titan, the season finale, it just happened, and then they're like, oh, season finale part 2.
We
Oh
we
my
do
God.
have to talk. We do have to get into that because I'm pissed off about Attack on Titan.
Go into it right now.
All right, Japan. When you say finale, I'm thinking it's over after the season. All right, you had season 4, the final season, the finale. And then you're like, there's a part 2. Not mad about it. I'm like, you know what? Movies do that. They break up the last movie into 2. Not mad
They
about
do
it.
that.
Okay? And then this. There's a part 3, which, not mad that there's more content for this amazing show. Not mad about that. It's the where you end the episode at. You just cuck me. That's what you did. You had this hype moment. I was so hyped to see Eren being a menace. Okay? And for those of you who watched it, all right, you know what I'm talking about. And then to see, before any of this action that's about to happen, to be continued next season. That's what I get.
Ooh,
That's what I
hurts.
get.
It hurts.
I gotta wait a whole year? Like,
Are you
bro.
kidding me?
Yeah, so they did that last season too. There's something hype about to happen. To be continued next season.
They want people to keep watching. They leave you on the hook. They leave you on a cliffhanger. I mean, that's just, you know,
I know. I
it's
want
the worst part about.
just give me the final episodes. Just let me watch.
Just let me watch it.
Just let me watch. I can't
What's
wait
in
a
that?
year. I can't wait a year. I can't. I have to know. I don't want to read the manga though. I have been tempted.
No,
I have been tempted.
no, I do get that. I've done that with a lot of shows where like the end of the season comes out and I'm like, I need more. I need more.
Yeah.
So I read the manga and then all of a sudden, like, it doesn't make the anime any less cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
for me, I'm not a person who like if you spoil something for me, I don't care. I need to watch it and I need to experience it and see the progression. You know what I mean? I don't care if
Right.
you see a moment. But I will say, all of you fuckers on the anime freaking forums and pages and anime freaking chat groups and Facebook
you.
spoiling One Piece for me. Stop! What is wrong with you people? God, you can't. Listen, I don't care about spoilers for any other show, but One Piece is the line. You cannot do that for people, right? I'm upset about it. God, freaking people, man.
You can't
Wait,
go on TikTok without shit getting spoiled.
Ugh, I have to delete the app from my phone, dude. Like, it's atrocious. There's no dignity on the internet anymore. Nobody cares about my feelings. They just want to spoil everything to me. And you know, literally any other show, it's fine, but not One Piece, not my baby. Don't do that. Makes me so mad.
Bro, I'm surprised you haven't just caught up with a manga.
I'm gonna do it eventually. I just
Yeah.
like, I've got a section of time that I'm gonna catch up on the anime, and then I'm gonna start reading the manga. So once I catch up again, then we're going through it. But I've got a decent amount of series that I'm reading through right now, and I also
Yeah.
want to read through Berserk. So like, you know, that one's pretty long. So, you know, I'll work my way up to it, but we'll get there.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know where the manga's at. Apparently, it can't be that far from where the anime's at
Doesn't sound like it.
because we're still in the same arc. I was thinking the manga would have been further along,
Yeah.
but I guess we're right around the corner or maybe 2 corners away because we're still in the same
Yeah.
arc. And I'm like,
How much longer?
how much
How much longer am I gonna have to suffer? But yeah, I mean, there's a little bit more news, you know, like obviously Marty's favorite show ever, Black Clover, is getting a film, and you know, Kishimoto, he just, you know, he makes the greatest series of all time. All of a sudden he goes, Yeah, I'm gonna make something garbage. You know, I'm gonna make something straight up dog that
After what
everyone
he
is
did to
just-
Naruto.
and
Like immediately afterwards.
I mean, yeah, he finishes up his stuff with Naruto, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna drop a deuce on these motherfuckers. I'm gonna do Black Clover, and I'm gonna hand off Boruto to some freaking dummies.
Some
who
nerds,
are
bro.
It's gonna totally ruin the show. I don't know what he's doing, but there's a Black Clover film coming out. I think it comes out next year, and I'm probably gonna skip that one. Probably not gonna watch it. I don't really have any interest in Black Clover. I actually, I enjoy playing Asta in the Jump. What was that game called? Jump Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked playing him in that game. That's about the farthest that my interest has peaked for that show. Really don't have really any other reason to get into it. There's too many other shows to watch.
I liked the first episode. I was sold on the idea first episode. I was like, cool, magic. You know, he has somewhat of a convincing main character thing going on. Everyone can use magic except for him. So I'm like, okay, this is a cool plot line. But the show's very and there's shows in anime that I don't like because of this. Is like it's very kid friendly, or it's very like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's
Like-
it's they kind of keep the mature stuff out so that it's accessible for everyone.
Yeah, and it seems more like a cartoon.
Mm,
So
I gotcha.
so I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I was just as I went to like, I think like the third or fourth arc, I'm like, no, this ain't it. This ain't it. It's not it. It's not it.
Sometimes it's just how it goes. You write a straight up banger, and then all of a sudden your next thing, mad flop.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just it's one of the terrible things in life.
Terrible things.
Why? Ishimoto, if you're listening, and I know you are, you're our number one fan. You should have made a series about Minato. You should have. Instead of going forward in time, you should have went back in time. And you should have done more stuff with that. And then the ending of the show is Minato giving birth to Naruto, and him and freaking, what's her name, dying. That should have been it. Oh, God. Talking about it just fires me up. Good Lord.
Bro.
It's tragic. Now, Madi, who's your anime dummy of the week?
You know, just picking back off of Naruto, I gotta pick another moment from Naruto. I promise I'll switch it up. I'll pick something else from another show. There's many other content. But I feel like this instance, I was like, it can't be, like, I have to recognize it. I have to tell the people about it.
The world needs to know.
Kurina, if you guys remember her, she was in like 8 episodes, and then she came very irrelevant in the story.
Yes.
Yeah. Kurina in the OG Naruto, when Itachi rolled up in the village to, make sure Sasuke was okay. Now that we know,
Genuine great big brother energy.
makes me cry every time.
God.
But at this time, he was coming for Naruto. He was coming for that Nine Tails. So we had the reveal of Itachi, and it's him, Asuna, and Kakashi, right? I think they were the first 3 who ran up on Itachi and Kizame, and then my guy came on later on in the fight.
Yes.
So,
Wait, Asuna.
or not Asuna. Asuma.
Kurenai? Asuma.
Asuma,
Yes.
yeah, her dude.
Yes. Okay, I was like, who in the hell?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
eventually her and him end up linking up. But yeah.
So
But yeah, so she's in the show. You know, you got all the guys coming in to defend Naruto, and
yeah. Kurina has a jutsu, a genjutsu. She used it on Itachi. Mother of God, why? Why? A genjutsu on Itachi Uchiha?
the mastermind of Genjutsu.
It wasn't like it was a secret either. Like the
No!
Leaf, like he was the most whatever the Leaf Village
He's
bounty was.
Enemy number one.
Yes, so everyone knows, hey, this guy's Sharingan, he like does jutsus. Oh yeah, by the way, he graduated the academy when he was like 7. He was the captain of an Anbu team when he was 11. He became a Jonin at what, like 10?
Yeah. I mean, his rise was meteoric.
He had a higher IQ than Shikamaru, and you're like, let me do my little genjutsu on him. Which, you know, that's like, that ain't gonna
His
work.
thing!
That's
That is
literally
his
his thing.
I mean, you know, it's the heat of the moment. You know, you're in battle. You're a mid-tier Jonin, and you're fighting literally what is like the freaking Osama bin Laden of the Naruto universe. You know, public enemy number one. You know, you're using all your resources to try and get them in. It's not succeeding. You're gonna, you know, sometimes you're not gonna make the best decisions, and that probably was the worst thing ever, because as soon as she tried that, flipperoo, she's straight in the Genjutsu immediately. Getting tortured for 1,000 freaking days or whatever, like 72 hours in the span of 1 minute, just getting stabbed over and over very slowly. God, that is such a dope scene though.
Oh yeah, when he's just like,
Ah,
and then you get more of them.
oh, it just keeps going and it just doesn't stop. Oh my God, freaking insane.
And then you wake up and he's not even sweating. That was all in your
No, he's-
head, and you're done.
Getting moved, and you're totally taxed.
Yeah. And he's like, what you gonna do now?
Yeah, he's like, oh, does that fly?
So she's got to be dummy of the week, because that was the
You're right, dummy of the week. I mean,
that's
that
fatal.
wasn't it.
That's a fatal move. That is he
A
could
fatal
have
failure.
died. Could have died.
You have literally the worst enemies in the universe, the Akatsuki, and you try a straight up mid tier move. It ain't happening. I mean, it just ain't happening. On God, like that's something you would use in the freaking tuning exams. Like, get that out of here, get it out.
That's trash.
Oh, but so yeah, Kurenai's dummy of the week from Madi. My dummy of the week is, if you have seen School Days, the anime specifically, it is based on a dating sim that has like over 8 endings or something like that, and the anime was based on basically the what you would call the worst ending you could get in the game. You are a guy, you know, it's like kind of like a harem show where he's like, you know, a bunch of girls are really interested in him, and he starts dating, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 of them, and all of a sudden he's getting a little overwhelmed by all of it. So one of the girls, he dabs on her, starts dating another girl. She lies to him and says, yo, I'm pregnant. So he goes back to her. Then he goes back to the other girl. And then, lo and behold, she murders him. So I believe his name is Makoto. Let me just double check that. Yeah, Makoto. He is my dummy of the week. You cannot be, not only, unless it is consensual between you and your party, you cannot be dating more than one person at the same time. It is always going to end badly, no matter what. So, the fact that he thought to himself, like, he's been dating this girl, he's probably slamming, and, you know, you're in high school, you know? So, like, everybody thinks it's more serious than it really is. So, all of a sudden, you dab on this chick, and then you go to another chick, and, you know, you're hanging out with them, you're hanging out with her in front of the girl. You are flaunting your promiscuity in front of this woman, and then all of a sudden, mad jealousy. She has a fatal lie as she tells him to get back with him. It doesn't work. She is driven to the end of her consciousness, her psyche. She doesn't know what she can do. She freaking psychos his ass. Freaking stabs him. Makoto is the dummy of the week because, bro, you should have seen it coming. You were failing at every single point. So he is my dummy of the week. He messed up. I mean, that's all it is. Fatal error. He was not a good move. It was not a good move. So yeah, Makoto is my anime dummy of the week. Kurenai, Mari's anime dummy of the week. Those are the dummies of the week. We'll be getting back to that with our next episode, or maybe the episode after, once we get done with two sides of the same story, which we are announcing our newest addition to two sides of the same story. Me reading the manga, Mari watching the anime.
Could it be?
Could it be? What could it be? This week, we are covering the series Baccano! Exclamation point. This is a classic. This is a anime that was adapted from a series of light novels, graphic novels, that is about basically like gangs and gangsters in the 1930s in Chicago. And there is a lot of tomfoolery, a lot of gang stuff going on, a lot of people robbing each other, trying to get trying to get one over on each other. There's a lot of different characters that they try to focus on. So I'll be reading the series, Madi will be watching the series, and we will compare our thoughts next week. So that's pretty much it for this week. If there's anything else that you guys want us to cover, anything you guys want us to talk about, hit us up, email us, drop it in the comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And, follow us on Twitter, at Business Boys. If you want to follow us on TikTok, Boys Talk Biz. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter, at Mahadas, at Edmund Castle. Hit us on all that stuff. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Two sides of the same story. Big old peace. Hey,